the mindset shift that I had to start making money online. So I recently had a call with a client today who's a bit younger, and he's trying to get approaching and, you know, all this stuff. And in the call, I asked him, because how you come at life is how you come at game. I asked him, what are your plans for the next 10 years? Like, what career do you want to get into, or what business do you want to start? And he said, bro, I haven't thought that far. And it made me realize that one mindset shift that I had that started to make me money online within 3 months of having this shift was I stopped thinking in the short term, AKA what I want to do in the next year. And I started thinking in the long term, AKA what I want to do for the next 10 years, maybe even 20. But I think 20 might be a bit excessive. You can't really predict that far, but you can predict for the next 10 years. And in this video, I want to teach you and show you and explain to you how I came about this mindset shift. Got the mantra, man, oh man. Woo! Enjoy the ride, boy. Take the long road. Let's get it. Nice little gym, it's chill. I like it here. It's not bad. Getting back in shape, boys. I'm looking pretty good. All right, guys, great boxing workout. Went pretty hard. I like to put on a movie soundtrack while I go. I feel like I'm a boxer in a movie.
In and out through the nose, deep and connected.
Wow. We are out here live. Cinematic type shit. All right, boys, we are chilling, having a good time. It's super cheesy. I'm gonna stop. We have Miss from the UK. What's dating like here in Bali? It sucks. It sucks, doesn't it? Had a crazy night. I'm doing a night game challenge. 10 days in. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? In my 20s, for the early part of my 20s, the first 5, 6, 7 years, I switched from business to business, to job to business, and I never stayed into one thing. I never built one solid craft other than videography and a little bit of game. But I never stuck to one thing because when I was doing things, I only thought about what it felt like in the moment. Was I having fun in the moment? My first business I started was recording music festivals. Did I ask myself, in the next 10 years, do I want to do this? How much money do I want to make in the next 10 years? What kind of people do I want to be around? Where do I want to go? Will this job help propel me forward? The reality was absolutely not. In fact, I got burnt out in music festivals after 1 or 2 years. So now the client base and the lead base and all the work I put in to recording at music festivals, well, it's down the drain, it's down the window. I started recording at weddings. Did I enjoy it? No. Did I want to build a videography company? No. Did I make good money? It was okay, but it wasn't the money I want to make in the next 10 years. I started a travel channel. At first, I thought, yes, this is something I want to do for the next 10 years. But then within a couple months, I realized, no, I don't want to travel all day. I don't care about it. I don't care about the cultures. I do like to travel, don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to be my job. Is there money in it? No. Is it a competitive niche? Like, is it something I could actually excel in? No. Am I passionate about it? No. It didn't check off all the boxes. When I started my personal brand, YouTube, coaching, giving tips on dating, pickup, approaching, do I want to do this for the next 10 years? Actually, I think I could do this for the next 20 years. I always want to talk about self-improvement. I should have done this a long time ago. I always wanted to talk about social dynamics and psychology, so I doubled down. And when I made this one mindset shift in my business that I'm on now, it was so easy to just show up day in, day out, build the skill, see the long-term vision, and not get frustrated at the slow results. And inevitably, because of that, I started getting better results because I'm getting more creative. I'm having more fun. I'm thinking about the long-term vision. How can I successfully and consistently post 2-3 times per week without burning out? What kind of content can I make? What kind of content can I talk about forever and ever and ever? What kind of skill set can I build that I can teach people and I can just keep getting better in that for the next 10 to 20 years? One skill set is dating and approaching. Of course, if I get better with women, there's levels to it. I can teach it. I can get paid big bucks. I can be known for it. I can leverage it to increase my network, increase my money. What's another skill that I'm building for the next 10, 20, maybe even 30 years? Creating a personal brand. Well, creating content. I'm getting better and better at that. What is another skill? Public speaking, doing what I'm doing now. I actually came to this epiphany this week. I'm reading a book by Winston Churchill, and it's talking about how you need every person, if they want to become successful, maybe not every person, but a lot of people, one way to become successful is to work on your speaking ability, work on your oration skills. And it made me realize that this is something that I've been working on for the last year or 2 years. And it's something that I've been undervaluing something that I have, which is public speaking. So, and it's something that can be worked on and improved and leveled up. I mean, think about the best public speaker in the world, maybe someone like the president or Tony Robbins, someone who can rock thousands, like 100,000 people crowd or 10,000 people crowd, hold their attention and keep it engaging. There's levels to it. So I'm starting to realize that, okay, instead of playing the short game, how do I make money fast? What's a job I can do now? What's a random business that I can start now? Think about long term. When you go into a business and when you go into a field or an endeavor or an activity, I now think about it like, is this something I want to invest in? I'm no longer looking for short-term gains. For example, we can even take this for stocks and trading. If you want to invest in something like Ethereum or something like Bitcoin, you know that in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going up. Instead of hoping that it goes up fast and then selling if it doesn't. If you look at something like an activity or a sport, what's something you can do all the time? What's something you can get better at? For me, it's boxing. I box all the time. I have a lot of fun at it. It gets me out of my head. It gets me into a good zone. It gets me in shape. I can do that day in and day out. It's something I want to do for the rest of my life, fighting in particular. It's a lot of fun. And it's a sport I love. You can do it anywhere. I'm thinking long-term on it. I bought a pair of boxing gloves. I'm not going to sell it the next month because I got bored. I'm thinking long-term. What can I do consistently? What are practices I can do for a long time? For me, game, pickup, approaching. Even if I have a girlfriend, I'm still going to be out running boot camps, out at the bar, socializing. What's something I can build every single day? And I'm starting to realize that the real success and the real money is in when you can show up and do something day in and day out and get better at it and better at it and better at it. And the beauty of that is you get into deeper and deeper flow states when you do it. I think all of this is just to get into a flow state. Whenever you stop getting into a flow state, whenever you're doing something that you love, for example, for me, it was videography, then you stop progressing, you stop making as much money, you can't work as hard. The best example I can give is when I was doing a videography business. When I first started, what I really wanted to do was do YouTube and start a personal brand, but I was too afraid to do it. So instead, I doubled down. I started videography. I was doing weddings, I was doing gigs, but I never stopped and asked myself, is this what I want to do for the long haul, for the next 10 years? I started building a client base in Little Rock, Arkansas. I started investing in all this gear. I started to get to know other videographers. And in reality, although in the moment for the first 2 years, it was pretty interesting, like, oh wow, I'm this young 20-year-old kid, 21-year-old kid. I'm shooting for big car companies. I'm shooting for weddings. I'm shooting for all these things. I'm doing a good job. I'm making okay money. I didn't really know how to do sales, but my video work was really good. So I was able to make money and be completely booked out. And inevitably, I just got burnt out on it. And I even asked myself, like, what am I even doing this for? I don't really enjoy videography that much. It was just a way to make money on my own. It can't allow me to travel like I want to travel. Compared to the job I have now, I'm way more flexible. I can travel anywhere I want. But back then, I'm pretty much stuck in Little Rock, Arkansas. I wasn't thinking like, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of country do I want to live in? What kind of dating life do I want to have? What kind of lifestyle in general do I want to have? Now, my job, I can pull up, rock up a tripod, get good at approaching, get good at speaking, teach it, and keep on going. So I think personal branding, in my opinion, starting a YouTube channel, talking to a camera, getting better at social skills, and leveraging that to make more money is the best thing in the world. It's what I've always wanted to do. Even when I was doing videography, I never liked being behind the camera. It was draining, it was boring. By the end of a shoot, I would feel completely drained. I would be so in my head and silent the whole day pretty much, and just getting shots and kind of like this fly on the wall who wasn't even recognized. And I knew my real potential wasn't not behind the camera. And it wasn't until I met a guy, his name was Doug. Doug Not Guilty on Instagram. You can watch his stuff. One of the best, if not the best editor I've ever met in my life. It wasn't until I met him that I realized I don't actually want to do video editing and videography. I don't care about it enough. So Doug, me and him, we used to be good friends, and he would come over to my house. He would stay the night sometimes, and he would edit all day, and he would edit videos to perfection. He would use AI to edit it. He would be obsessed with the color grading, with the keyframes, with the different transitions and techniques and storytelling and voiceovers and cinematics and every aspect of it. He was completely obsessed. He created for fun, for big projects. He was actually not as good as me when we started. Within 1 year, he was 10x better than me. He was a professional. He doubled down. He loved it. When he was at my house, he sat there and he was editing all day. And then I went to bed. I got tired of editing, and he edited all night, all the way up until like 5 a.m. He went to bed. He woke up in like 5 hours at 10 a.m. when I woke up, and he went right back to it. And I'm like, bro, why don't you take a break? What's going on? He's just like, I can't, man. I'm so obsessed with this project. It's so much fun. I'm getting so good at the transitions and all these things. And in that moment, I saw him do this for 3 days straight. In this moment, I realized I do not have that passion anymore for videography. This is not something I want to do for the next 10 years. And even if I did force myself to do that, it wouldn't be where my power lies. And I would get outworked and outcompeted by the guy who actually likes it. And it made me want to quit videography right in that moment. I sold my cameras, I sold my drone, I sold my stabilizer, and I realized that cinematics was a cool angle back in the day. It's something I did because it was the cool, trendy thing to do, and it got me recognized, and I did learn some things, but it's not my end-all, be-all. It's not something I want to do for the next 10 years. Now, social dynamics, self-improvement, helping the younger generation, coaching, public speaking, creating content that I actually like, storytelling. Now, after 10 years of adult life, I finally found a niche, an avenue, a lane where I'm certain I want to be in it for at least 10 years, if not 20. And the next thing I do will be something directly related or similar to what I'm doing now. I realized that I'm in my niche. I found it. And actually, it was, hi guys, how's it going? It was actually painfully obvious what I wanted to do from the very beginning. Like, it was actually like painfully obvious that I should be doing this, but sometimes things hide in plain sight, you know? So as an example, when I was 19, I knew I wanted to do YouTube, but I just didn't know how to make money on it. Like, it was just this weird dream that I had. And my idea was, okay, well, the best job in the world would be to just get paid to travel. That's what I thought. But in reality, when I was 19, what did I consume? Yes, I watched travel content a little bit, not that much, but a little bit. But what did I consume mostly at 19? It was social dynamics content. I watched 3 to 4 hours of it per day. I was obsessed. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I went to seminars. All my friends were into it. It was my new path. It was my new hero's journey, what I wanted to get good at, my new love, my new skill that I wanted to build. So the painfully obvious thing to talk about was social dynamics. Now, it scared me. Did I want to be known as the pickup guy? Hell no. Did I have the confidence to talk about it and be known as that guy? Absolutely not. But that was the right thing. Now, imagine if I would have started 10 years ago in what I'm doing now. Now, that's why I'm making this video for you. What is that one thing that you actually have a general aptitude for? But it doesn't have to be something that you're super passionate about. Now, this is the mistake that I made before. The reason why I couldn't stick to anything was because I was always thinking about what was fun instead of thinking about what am I engaged in. So what was fun, I thought, would be going to music festivals and partying and recording. But in reality, even the most fun job in the world, talking to girls, recording at festivals, even what I'm doing now, going out to the bar every night, going out with clients, that's the most, like, isn't that the best job in the world? Here's the reality. I'm 100% dialed into the process. I'm engaged. I'm thinking, how can I get better? You look at it like it's a video game, but it is not fun. I repeat, what I do and any job you do will not be fun. And this is something that I really wish I would have known before. Now, there's a difference between being engaged in a project and being fucking drained emotionally, mentally, and physically. When I did videography, at first I was engaged. I was actually pretty engaged at first. And sometimes you won't really know if this is what you want to do for the next 10 years or not. You just have to do something and figure it out. But by the end of my videography journey, I was not engaged. I was absolutely drained. I would go to a wedding. I hated everything about it. The fucking marriage was so fake most of the time. Some of them were good, but most of them were fake. It was so cheesy. You could tell that the wife didn't really like the guy a lot of the time. They were just marrying and settling for a guy. And it made me never want to get married, to be honest. Now, only weddings from African American or black people were the only ones that were good. I'll be honest, that's just the truth. Those were the only ones that were actually fun. I don't know, just a weird observation that I had. I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. And I did like maybe about 20 weddings. So what I'm trying to tell you is, instead of thinking about what is fun, which is what most people who are young and most people in general think that they want to do, think about what you can level up in. For me, you want to play an endless game, a game that never ends, where there's infinite levels, like RuneScape or something, although RuneScape is capped. But you want to play a game where you can level up every single day and you're never tired of the depth of where it is, something that you can be known for or proud of. For me, of course, it's the most obvious one. It's social dynamics, it's public speaking, it's approaching. It's something where if I get better and better at it, I'll be proud, I'll be happy. I'm gonna move over a little bit because these guys are set up right here. And I don't wanna jack up their thing. I feel like they've got their spot on lock, they're having a good time, and they're having a little adventure. So I'm just gonna move over a little bit right here. What can you do? And you can even write this down on pen and paper. What can you do in your life now that would keep you fully engaged? And you're not gonna figure it out in 1 minute. This is something that you're gonna have to sit down and think about for a lot of time. And for me, my process for self-discovery has always been talking to people. The first time that someone told me I should teach this was when I was talking to an old guy named Ed at the park. I was doing interviews and he said, well, what are you passionate about? What do you always wanna do or talk about or teach? What do you wanna teach to other people? And I would always say social skills and social dynamics. So inevitably, whenever I did start to teach it, I was like, wow, Ed was right. Now, Ed didn't know that it would be about getting women, but it's still in the same realm of what he said I should do. Whatever you're passionate about, or whatever you're fully engaged in, you teach. Here's the funny thing though. When I started here's the funny thing though. When I started at 27 years old, or 26 years old, here's the funny thing though. When I started at 26 years old, I wasn't actually that passionate about cold approach pickup like I am now. I actually didn't think I would stick in this for that long. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just had a video go viral and I kept going. The true passion and engagement came to me when I realized I'm not as good as I thought I was in game. When I realized that there's this game that has like hundreds of levels and I had only truly reached level 10 or 20. I had really only reached 10, 20, or 30% of the game. So my passion and my engagement came when I was shown that there's so many levels above where I'm at, that the rabbit hole goes so deep. When I would start to go out and approach, I actually didn't really like it at first. I was forcing myself to do it so that I would have more stories to tell and references and better coaching. But in the process of doing it and throwing my hat over the fence, I realized that, damn, this shit is actually crazy. My passion only grew, but I actually don't even think about passion anymore. I only feel like going out about 80% of the time. What I am is engaged. This is another thing to ask yourself. When you do your job, do you gain energy from it? Like, do you go home feeling amped up, pumped up? Or do you feel mentally, physically, emotionally drained? Now, every now and then I'll have a client or I'll have a night where I go out and I go home feeling drained. But 80% of the time, like, you gotta think about it on a big scale. You gotta try things out, like hundreds of times to know if you really like it or not. On a larger enough scale, if I go out 100 times, out of 100, how many times am I going home feeling emotionally, physically, and mentally okay? And how many times am I actually gaining energy, learning new ideas? I can barely sleep at night because I'm learning things. I'm having new experiences. I'm going home fulfilled in a sense that I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm becoming better. It would be about 80 or 90 or 95% of the time. Ask yourself, what do you want to do? What kind of life do you want to live? What do you want to get better at? And from there, I think you're going to have an amazing time in life. This is the life I could see myself living for the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. And I'm like, well, that's cool. And once you get that down in your mind, not only do you get better at what you do, but you're able to build roots. You're able to dig deep. You're able to find connections that last a lifetime. You're able to leverage a skill to network and meet new people. You're able to find a place that, a country or a place, a home, a city that really suits you, that you really like, that really fits what you want to do, and get an apartment there and find a house or find relationships there and build and invest. And whatever you invest in usually will compound bigger and bigger and bigger over time. For example, even connections you have or relationships or friends that you have who are going to help you in your business. If you're in that business for the long haul, you'll only get better and better and better. Those people will get lifted up. They'll help you more and more and more. I have friends who helped me with boot camps last year who are going to help me next year. It's amazing. You can do so much more when you have this long-term vision. And that's how, in my opinion, you become successful and happy and fulfilled in life. So I hope this inspired you to really analyze your life and your career and your life path, even if you're a young man, and figure out what the freak you want to do. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm discovering my passion for public speaking, which I want to get better at, and it will only get better from here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love. All right.